This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.
Rob, what's good, homie? For the last time in 2021, what's good, homie?
I think that intro might be my favorite thing of 2021 now that I look back at it.
We missed that. How did we miss that in our conversation before we came on tonight? How did we miss that?
No, you stabbing the patch pirate is my favorite. But yeah, man, happy holidays. Hopefully you had a good time with your family for Christmas. I know you were just talking about how busy you were. You turned into the busiest man in America, not me. I'm not so busy these days. The holidays are usually a slow season for me. But I did go to LA. I saw my oldest brother Jeff and the old man, and flew. I fought all the airport crowds. Managed to get in and get out with no problems. I know a bunch of flights got canceled, so kind of was lucky there. But yeah, man, I'm excited to have some time off for New Year's, and then kind of get back in 2021 with a vengeance and a motivation. So, man, how's things with you, man? How's your holiday? Let's talk about your league. How'd that go last night?
Kevin Tate says, finally get to sit down and watch one live. Kevin, welcome to the live show. Get involved. Scott Fairley already commenting on the Marshall Holman interview. Scott, let us know what you liked most about it. We thought it was pretty good. Welcome to everybody. Rob, thanks for asking. My holiday was great, man.
We got a new name in the chat.
Nicole
Walker.
Welcome. My holiday was good, man. My holiday was great, great time with the family, great time with the kids, and very, very relaxing. Some travel involved, not too bad. Actually, some of my plans got canceled throughout this week, so that cut down on my travel a little bit. But generally good, man. I hope everybody had a good holiday season out there.
Cool. So let's talk, man. Let's talk some bowling, dude. How'd your league go last night? Let's do a little recap of your league review.
League review. All right. 5:30 last night. 5:30 with a 140 game one, 140 something game one. Medium pattern is what we were on.
P-Cal loved the Marshall Holman interview. My idol. Yeah, he's
you.
Pretty much all of our idols, man. We appreciate it. Good to hear from you, P-Cal. Happy holidays to you and your family, bro.
No doubt. 5:30, 140 the first game, medium pattern. I didn't throw it real well. Crazy shit happens to me when I bowl league. Like last night, I missed 2 spares on fails because I tripped at the line. I stuck at the line so badly that I had no choice but to go over and hit the gutter cap. So, like, that kind of stuff happens.
So wait, so you double gutter in the 10th on the week before, and now you foul twice.
I do. Let's speak about that for a second, though. So I'm going to be completely honest with people. My mind frame in this league currently is just terrible. It's the worst mind frame I've ever bowled in my bowling career, and I'll explain why briefly.
Why?
So a few weeks back, it's a 3-man league. Our third guy, I've bowled with the same team in this league for like the last 5 years, right? One of our guys decided that he was moving to Florida this year. So we were down to 2, right? So we picked up a third who's friends with the other guy on my team. And I knew him from around the bowling center or whatever. And he had bowled in this league here and there and subbed occasionally here and there. So he comes on our team. And long story short, a few weeks ago, we're in 4th place out of 10 teams when this occurs. He tells us that he's decided that he's quitting. He's not bowling anymore. Okay. And he's now going to bring in the guy who we used to bowl with, who's still around because he thought he was moving to Florida, but the move hasn't happened yet. And he says, I'm going to bring him in and have him bowl on our team. And then if he has to move to Florida, then I will come back and bowl again. And I'm like, all right, I don't get all this, like quitting and then coming back and somebody else and this and that. So it was a mess, right? We have the other guy come in. He bowls a couple weeks. We're wrapping up the half. No big deal. I'm like, all right, let him get the practice in. I'll get the practice in. We can all kind of figure out what's going on. And by the time we start the second half, everybody should be good, right? So last night, the guy who has subbed, right, our old teammate who's now back on the team, he gets sick. So my other teammate, who does he decide to bring in for a sub? The guy that quits. Okay, so now the guy that quit is back subbing again because the guy who replaced him is sick. And I got to be honest with you, like where I stand, I don't know how all you guys feel. A lot of you bowl leagues, and I'm sure you've had issues with leagues and teams and this and that in the past. Once you quit, that's it. To me, you're out. Like you're not coming back and subbing. It's not going down like that. Okay, it's just not going down like that. So I was already in not a great frame of mind going into last night. I hear you, Scott. Scott says, Mike, retool for 2022, clear the mind. Hopefully you'll be successful again. Agree,
Mike's
Scott. I need that. I am. So, but listen, this is going somewhere. Rob, you are gonna love this. You're gonna die when I get to the punchline of this story. So I go in last night. I'm already in not such a great frame of mind because of what's going on my team. Okay, I walk in and the guy who quit, who's now back subbing tonight, is there, right? And I walk down, I'm putting my stuff in the settee area, and he turns to me and he goes, Mike, he's like, yo, Mike. He's like, did what I hear happen last week, did it really happen? Is it true? And I was like, what's that? And he's like, did you really double gutter in the 10th? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I'm like, one fell off my hand and one I threw bad. I'm like, but yeah, I did. And he's like, Oh, Marone or something like that, he says. Okay. Swear to God, shit you not.
Marone, right? Why are you missing so many spares? Why are you always a
Why
foul?
You double gutter? It literally took all my willpower not to straight get at this guy in a way
punch
that
him.
would. No. We're talking. Not outside that realm. I can't even get into that anymore,
dude.
Except at board meetings, maybe. But nonetheless, it took all my willpower not to like really go off and embarrass this guy and say like, yeah, well, at least I'm here bowling. You quit and gave up, and you're not here anymore, but I am. So, but Rob, it just put me in the wrong frame of mind. Dude, complete wrong frame of mind.
Look,
I was fried all night. I was fried.
God, you're so easy to get in your head, man. It's easy to get in your head, dude.
But like, Rob, you're bowling with somebody. The guy was on my team up until a few weeks ago. Why would you say that? Like, why? Dude, like, what? I don't understand what the
he knew
the logic
was gonna
is behind
you.
that.
He knew it was gonna bother
I
you.
understand. Well, you know what? Let me say this. If it bothers you that much for whatever, if somebody underperforming in league bowling bothers you that much, then perhaps you're taking it too seriously. Perhaps you're taking league too seriously. To me, league is almost like glorified practice to a degree compared to some of the events that I bowl. And I know there's some money involved in it, but at the same time, it's like the money is so insignificant that it really shouldn't be something that people are upset about. And if it is, if it's that big of a deal, then my advice should be tell the people that you're bowling with going in that, hey, it's this big of a deal to me, and this is where we're at.
Okay, I got to read some of these comments because
oh my God, the chat is on fire.
There's some funny stuff. Yeah, Nick M. I had a teammate who bowled one game and left because he had to go to dinner. Yo, man, if it was a good dinner, I probably would leave too. My brother, says in 2022, make a spare.
This is good advice. Dave asking, did he beat me? Did he beat me this week?
Yeah,
did he beat me this week? I don't, I don't know. If he did, it was probably by like a few sticks.
Kevin Tate, these league stories get wilder every week. I see stuff like this in every league every week. That's why the league reviews are so funny because it's
because a lot of people relate to them. I agree.
Okay, so here's my advice to you, Mike. And your mind is muddy. It's clouded. You have to clear the shit.
Wait a second.
We have a
Kevin
guy. One of my
Tate
leagues
says we have one guy in one of my leagues that doesn't bowl the third game unless their team wins the first two. I mean, this is just.
Well, dude, that's like playing Madden. It's like playing Madden online, and if you're not winning after the third quarter, you just log off. And that's the kind of generation we're living in these days. You just are able to quit the game in the middle with no repercussions. But yeah, look, you need to clear your mind, dude. Just remember why you joined the league in the first place. Forget the winning, forget the losing, forget the score. Just go in there, have a good time, right? And try to just hit the play the lanes the way you want to, have a strategy, and just do that. Man.
I want to be clear. I want to be so clear about something. Before COVID, the team that I bowled with, the same three guys that I bowled with for 5 or 6 years, Rob, we won a half of this league for 4 or 5 of those years. Okay.
What does it matter if there's 10 teams in the league? Who cares?
No, but listen. No, hold on. I just want to make a point, right? We never talked about how we were performing in the league. It was all about the shots and throwing good shots and what we were doing and all, right? Sure. We were focusing on all the right things, and that was leading to us
not the
bowling
outcome.
Well, right? Okay, exactly. And now and I just said this to my other teammate today. I said, and now it's become about the score and the standings and what this team's doing down here, what that team's doing down there, how that's going to affect us. And I don't know, it changes the mental process of going about it. So I'm done with my league review. We have one more week left till the end of the half. I'm still fried that there's not enough practice opportunities out there. When we come back in the second half of the year, that's something I'm going to rant a lot about. But they are going to have the patterns out next week for us to practice on. So hopefully I'll be able to get out and practice and figure some things out. So Mike Ware in the chat, I don't know where he's coming from with this, but he says hopefully PBA playoffs at Carolier. I would agree, Mike. I would love to see that. If it is, come join us for a tailgate because I'll definitely be throwing down if that's the case. All right, Rob, what do you want to go to next?
I want to talk about our year in review for Sweep the Rack. Some of our favorite moments.
Last show, 2022. We're 2021. We're probably going to be quick tonight, folks, too. Not a ton to talk about bowling wise, but we did want to come join the people and say Happy New Year to everybody and wrap things up for the year. So, Rob, I guess I'll start. Highlights from Sweep the Rack 2022 for me.
21, not 22 yet.
Oh, 2021. You're right. I keep saying 2022. 2021. Highlights for the year for me. I would have to say us doing our first live broadcast for the PBA Players Championship, the $250,000 event that Kyle Troop won. We came on live. We live, quote unquote, live streamed that event with our commentary. We brought in a couple guests, including Charlie Tapp and a few others, and it was a good time. It was fun, and it's also something that we're going to do more of this year. We're definitely going to come back to that this year and do more of that. So that would definitely be one of my highlights. What do you want to throw out there, Rob?
I think it was the interview that we did with Chad Murphy, the USBC executive director, and I really like that interview in the fact where I feel like I felt like, especially you more than me, we were able to get a lot of stuff off of your chest that you've been wanting to say and get your point across to higher ups in the USBC. I feel like the interview, was just us kind of all, how much conversation did we have on a lot of those topics leading up to that interview? And just to have Chad come on and do an interview with us live, right, through people were commenting, was really great of him to do that, because I know he doesn't do a whole lot of interviews, but I feel like that to me was one of my favorite just I guess I'd say broadcaster interviews of our 2021 year.
Yeah, on a personal note, also a highlight for me would be having the interaction of the writes to Ricky Sanchez podcast and Sweep the Rack with Spike Eskin, having Bill on his podcast, and then him coming on here and doing regular People Watch Bowling with us. And it was probably the best regular People Watch Bowling that we've ever had. His insights were awesome. He's actually now, Rob, you'll be familiar. He's actually the program director now in New York City at WFAN, where like Mike Francesa is and Boomer and Carton are and all that. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like he's moved up. That's a big time position in radio. So we can actually say that that we have some connections in high places in that way. But for me personally, yeah, definitely a highlight. Rob, anything else you want to cover there?
Yeah, maybe just two quick things. One, I worked all half of the last year of putting out our website, swoopdirectbowling.com. To me, that was just a personal goal for the show that I wanted to do this year when I started the year. And that was one of my resolutions. And for me to actually get it finished and do it and complete it was a big deal for me. And I was just happy the way it turned out. It works. It's functional. To me, that was a big deal for me, considering I haven't been in the website game in like 15 years since I went to college. So that was cool, just to kind of start over and, learn from pretty much scratch. And then the other thing was someone brought it up in the chat room. I think it was maybe getting banned from the USBC message board. I think that was a pretty good goal for us. We lasted in that message board. I lasted a pretty long time. For me to finish the year off by being banned, I think was like a pretty good ending to 2021, at least. At least when it comes to just like to sweep the rack and I have some goals for next year, which I know we'll talk a little bit about, but yeah, those are the two quick things for 2021.
Robert Hamilton, always supporting, commenting on my spread at the live stream telecast. I had some food there, had some snacks there. Definitely something to look for in 2022. Maybe we'll do a feature on Big Mike's spread for one of those Sundays.
Maybe Maximus Madden. By the way, that's an amazing name. Highlight becoming number one on Tim Buck's hit list. My brother requested Tim Buck as a friend. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be waiting way into 2024 for that. How is the new message board going? Honestly, it's pretty good. Believe it or not, it's not as crazy or is not much of a shit show as the original board. So I kind of, I'm waiting for that shit show to start. Just a little bit of stuff. Kind of
sweep the USBC. Nico wants an update on that. That's kind of lost some momentum in 2021. Maybe we'll bring it back in 2022.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
And
Stumpo's in the chat.
Yeah, welcome to Stumpo in the chat. Another retired bowler who does nothing but complain. Saying Italian deli. I'm going to have my Italian deli spread. I think that's what I'll go with for our first live stream. Italian deli spread this year. Some meats, some hoagies, perhaps. Definitely some food from the Italian deli. All right, Rob. We hit the people with a Christmas gift, and that was in the form of the Marshall Holman interview, which we dropped on Christmas Eve day. And the gifts are going to keep coming for the fans of Sweep the Rack, because we're going to drop another gift for the people. We're going to start off 2022 by dropping a gift for the people this Friday on New Year's Eve. And what's it going to be, Rob?
It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 9 a.m. Friday, the 31st, we did an interview, a really fun interview with defending 2021 Player of the Year, our guy, the one, Kyle Troop, the Afrofish. So I'm going to play a little clip here of our interview with Kyle. It was fun, and it's definitely just to kind of see where he's at in today. So here's a little bit of highlight clip.
It's increased my crypto holdings. I'll tell you that. That was a big change. But I try to stay humble, man. It's been a great year. Obviously, making almost $500,000. That's pretty much set me financially. Kind of really got me looking forward. Looking at retirement. Putting money aside. Kind of looking at my future when bowling is pass me up later on down the road. And I would say the success is also changed my mindset in a way that, well, I'm the man now, so I got to work even harder because, I don't want to just be the one hit wonder. Yeah, well, I have picked up an agent here locally, and I noticed actually today Chris Vi posted something on social media that he's working with a sports agency. And, I think that's what the bowlers have to do because, unfortunately, bowling is still, one of the smaller sports in the world right now. And yeah. So, as far as speaking on the YouTube, unfortunately, that's not my style. Like, props to Brad and Kyle, props to Darren Tang. Darren Tang is, doing some awesome things with his content. Probably the best content on social media right now in the bowling world, I would have to say. And, but
No, I'm just good. Just good.
I don't, well, oh yeah. Well, minus you guys.
Except for our content, Kyle.
Y'all
come
are the
on,
best.
man.
Y'all are the best podcasts on
Yo,
social
we
media.
appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
But,
very much.
I just, unfortunately for me, I'm not one that wants to carry the camera around. And, also, I don't know if I'd be able to because, man, I'll tell you a funny story real quick.
You want to hear the funny story, Mike? You're gonna have to watch the interview on YouTube.
Rob with the cliffhanger cut.
Hey man, you gotta throw out the bait so people want more, Mike. They want more. They want to hear the funny story, which was actually a really good story. So you'll be able to listen to that interview from start to finish live Friday on our YouTube channel only. That will be released 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, the audio will be releasing the same time as the YouTube channel. So if you're, traveling or you're driving and you want to listen to it on Spotify, Rhapsody, Apple, iTunes, a bunch of other platforms that we're on, you could listen to the audio version of that interview as well.
Yeah, we covered a lot. We spent some serious time with them. We covered a lot, and I think the people will enjoy that interview. I think it's a great interview in the context of the PBA coming back shortly. So listen, another great interview we're going to drop. All we ask, right, Rob, is just hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you get the notification for when the interview drops. It'll be a little reminder to you to go and check that out. It'll also help us out. All right, Rob, it is the end of the year in a couple days, and this is our last episode for 2021. So normally at the end of the year, Rob, going into the new year, people have New Year's resolutions, right? So that's what we wanted to talk a little bit about here on Sweep the Rack tonight. Our Sweep the Rack 2022 New Year's resolutions. What do you got for the people, Rob? And folks in the chat, feel free to get involved too. Let us know what your bowling or otherwise New Year's resolutions are. Go ahead, Rob.
My focus has been more of this podcast than it actually has been me bowling. Because I actually enjoy working with the podcast and doing all the stuff for the podcast more than I actually like going and pulling my hair out of my head on a Saturday or a Wednesday. So I have a few resolutions. I guess my first resolution is I really want to grow our YouTube channel. So I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year. And we're about 590 something right now. So, that would be amazing if anybody could just kind of let their friends know, let their family know if you have a YouTube account just to go subscribe. People, tell your friends, tell your league friends, whoever bowls about our channel. We're trying to put some more time and effort into it. Next year, especially with all the interviews we're doing, with all the live streaming we'll be doing for the majors. And, T-shirts. I know that's one of my other goals for the show is to start doing some T-shirts where people could buy shirts, maybe bowling jerseys, whatever really, we want to put together, whatever good ideas we feel like people would want to see on a shirt, then I'm all for it. But those are my two resolutions, at least for the show. Side of it. For my bowling side of it, Mike, maybe bowl league. I'm really maybe want to start in a summer league next year. Maybe I could do my own league review on the show. Try to find a sport league in the area and join it and just kind of go from there. And just start there, practice a little bit more, and try to get back into it a little bit. Try to find my motivation because it's kind of been lacking the last 3 or 4 months. So those are the resolutions. when it comes to the sweep the rack and bowling. And of course, you always have to have personal and career and financial goals. And, those are always getting set, but, more than now than ever because it is New Year's. So, I feel like everybody does that. And hey, stay healthy, right? I think that's one resolution I think everybody should have right now is to stay healthy. With all the shit going on still years later, people take care of yourselves, diet, exercise, get out there, man. Stay healthy.
Bowling wise, my resolution
Makes Bears
is to be even more resolute in my standing against easy lane conditions and against the patch pirates of the bowling community.
By the way, you calling Marshall Holman a patch pirate in our last interview might also be probably my top 5 favorite moment of 2021.
Well, first of all, I call him as I see him. Number 2, I didn't call him a patch pirate, okay? He copped to being a patch pirate. First he said how he's not that good. He averages 220, and he can't believe how easy the lanes are, and they make him look so great. And then he talked about his sponsorship with Motive and how, he's working the sponsorship angle. So, listen, doesn't that fit the definition?
No, because he earned his right to have a company on his back the rest of his life. I don't care if he's 95 years old and he's using a ramp. He's earned that right to be.
I joke, but
I know
I'm not
he
joking.
Should have free balls the rest of his life, man.
He should have free balls. He should have free balls for a better company than Motive, quite honestly. A little surprising there. A little surprising. Sorry for the low blow. But nonetheless.
American made, bro. American made.
Fair point. I will remain steadfast against the patch pirates and against the easy lane conditions. Even if I continue to shoot sub 500 series, I will remain steadfast in my participation in the real side of the game and in the rejection to a large degree of the fraudulent side of the game.
I know you're always staking that flag into the ground, kind of like our new intro on the interview series. Gid Rash, free balls.
Gid Rash, free ball. Yeah, yes, Gid. I understand. What I'm saying is they shouldn't be given to just anybody. Okay, sorry, Gid. Sorry, just to be clear there. So bowling wise, my resolution is just to bowl better. Oh my God, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with my game. I want to find more opportunities to practice on challenging stuff. So that's my Kyle Troop coming in with a comment here, Rob. Kyle Troop coming in and letting us know, but who doesn't love to bowl 300 on the wall? We know Kyle does. Kyle's a man of the people. He goes out and subs in people's leagues and bowls 300s and all these good things. But
dude, the interview we talked with him was great about that. Bowling, what did you like? You criticized him, didn't you, for bowling on the house shots against, and he loves it. He loves bowling on the house shot. He said, he's like, if you can outstrike me, and he's got a point. Kyle would be really hard to outstrike on an easy shot, dude, with that power that that's.
So I will remain. I don't care if I'm alone. It's all me. I'll be over here by myself if I have to be, but I'm standing resolute and steadfast against them. Jimmy, please,
resolution.
Jimmy, you're offending me, Jimmy.
Pirate.
You're offending me, Jimmy. You want to be over there? You can't be over here and be over there. You want to be over there? You be over there. You can't be over here, though. All right? I thought you were over here. I thought you were over here with us. Yeah, so. Man.
I did this show for a year and a half, and I was a patch pirate. And I was the one doing the show.
This is, you were a patch pirate of the highest level too, son. Because while you were getting free balls, you weren't even bowling. Oh my God, you people! I can't even. The bowling community is so.
Dude, Anthony, man, you must see a Brooklyn Rob versus Big Mike. Yo, from what it sounds like, Big Mike's easy to get in his head these days. So all I would do is just have to make a comment about
gutter.
About his double gutter or fouling, and then he would be annoyed the rest of the night and shoot 530, and then I would just steamroll him. Sounds like these days Mike's going to have to get a little bit of a thicker skin if he wants to get on the lanes with me, because I'll talk the shit too, and he knows that.
I say it all the time. Rob's currently retired, so
Well, my resolution
take that for what it's worth.
Is to come out, So anyway.
All right, Rob, let's go. Last worst of the week of 2021. Let's give it to the people. Somebody said bowl him for a big bite. I don't know where that's going. I don't know.
I'll tell you, I used
no
to bowl.
No glizzies over here.
No. Mike, Chavez. His actual name's Chavez. Brian's not his real name. I used to bowl Chavez for big bites back in college.
Okay, gotcha.
I used to steamroll him. I'd have a free
at 7-Eleven. At 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, free big bites at free Slurpees for any time I ever stepped on the lane with Chavez. One time he couldn't even slide. He was falling down. It was a disaster. He left there with all bruises on his knees because he couldn't stand because I got in his head so bad. I psyched him out, Mike.
And had to buy big bites.
And he had to buy big bites, extra chili cheese too. Yeah, that's right, extra chili cheese. All right, Mike. My worst of the week, if anybody follows us on our social media account, was one of our most popular actually posts of 2021. So I got sent. It was from Austin. Sent me this message or saying about how, hey, check out this handicap bracket. So I'm going to share the bracket because if you haven't seen it, it's a pretty funny bracket. So this is a handicap bracket, Mike. Let me see if I could find it. I don't want to pull up something here. I'm hoping this is it right here. So, Mike, look at the score for Yakeem Makara.
Right.
Look at his three scores.
Right.
He bowled a 380, a 350, and a 328.
Right. With 170 handicap, it looks like.
Yeah, when the guys that he was bowling against were getting 0 pins.
Right.
And look, he beat Mikkel Holloman, who, by the way, loves his handicap brackets, I guess.
Right.
Cameron Doyle loves his handicap brackets.
Right.
Now, come to find out, I would have guaranteed when I saw this post that this handicap that this guy was getting 170 pins, Mike, it had to be a mistake, right? I mean, there's no way this guy, was getting 170 pins a game and everyone else was getting 0. But here's my interesting take to that, right? How does a tournament not know this, at least after the first game, that this guy made a mistake in the brackets? How does he go about it, like saying, like, the tournament director who's actually inputting the scores and going, yeah, my man bowled 380, like, oh, this is good. And, like, how are people not catching these?
210 with that 170 handicap.
So you're telling me that 8
gracious.
people that were in brackets that were checking the brackets like every game? Because if you know like how I know bowling tournaments, those brackets get posted. People are on that shit like hawks. Like they're looking at their scores, they're looking at their like names, who they got, how many they're alive in. If that's me and I'm like, this guy bowled 380, that's got to be a mistake, right? Like,
how am I supposed to beat that?
Nobody caught this mistake, and the whole 3 game of brackets went by, where this guy completely probably swept the brackets. I don't know, whatever. If he was I can't imagine.
I would hope so. Most of the other guys were getting 0, and he shot over 300 all 3 games.
380, 360, and nobody caught them.
That couldn't have been right, though. But you know what?
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Yeah, but how the tournament didn't catch it.
Yeah, the bigger point here is that no matter what happens in a handicap tournament, there's always going to be the opportunity to point at someone somewhere in that tournament and say that guy's getting too many pins, or that guy's a sandbagger who doesn't deserve the pins that he's getting. Right, or somebody's going to shoot a high series that has a lower average, and people are going to question that, right? And I think sometimes it's legitimate to question it, and I think other times that it's probably not legitimate to question it, and it's just a result of the person matching up and having a good day. But yeah, Rob, we've discussed it. It's something I'm sure we'll get into more in 2022 because it's almost like a never-ending subject or topic in the bowling world of just the problems with handicap. Really, the problems with handicap. I've been working on something, Rob. Like Rob asked me to produce some more content in the form of articles, right, for our website. Yes, Rob. And I know he's upset with me because I still haven't produced anything, and it's been a long time.
I'm still waiting for his PBA League article that he never sent me.
Yeah, no, the PBA League one I did and I finished, and we put that out. But in terms of not getting it done, I really was struggling to like what to write about, and I think one idea that came to me related to this of the handicap system. So you might actually see something that I'm going to put out in the following weeks that kind of talks about this issue and actually offers some more than one viable solution for it. But all right, good worst of the week, Rob. Here's mine. It's not as good as yours, but it's funnier. It's from the Hammer Bowling message board. Okay. Daniel McKenzie, congratulations from the Hammer Bowling message board.
Congrats, last worst of the week.
You have one worst of the week. Okay. And I chose this worst of the week over a worst of the week sent to me by Anthony Battaglia about someone complaining about bad lane conditions after bringing in like 9 bowling balls to a league. Okay, so shout to Anthony for sending that to me. It was a really good one, but I had to go with this one in the context of our conversation tonight and really just all of 2021 and the idea of the patch pirates, et cetera, et cetera. Daniel McKenzie posts the following on the Hammer Bowling message page. Oh, how I'd love to get on staff with Hammer. Been loving the stuff ever since I made the switch. That's it. That's the whole post. It's someone lobbying for patch pirate acceptance. Lobbying for patch pirate acceptance. And I have to say, Daniel, if you're looking to become a patch pirate, that's certainly not the way to do it. Certainly not the way to get it done.
Yeah, why would they give free stuff to somebody who's already buying their stuff, like all their stuff, like exclusively? Why anybody sticks to an exclusive ball company, Mike? I never understood that.
Or it's funny that people think, well, if I have a loyalty to this brand, I then deserve to
be a patch
get
pirate.
this right. Yes, exactly. I don't know. It blows my mind, bro.
I never understood what people say. Well, all I do is throw Storm, and then be like, well, you don't throw Roto Grip, and they'll be like, no, only Storm, and you're just like, wait, it's the same. It's just pretty much the same company. Like, there's just different brands. They get made out of the same manufacturing plant.
Yeah, Nico actually bringing up an interesting question here. Speaking of staff players, who do you think is going to switch companies come next week? Nico, we haven't heard much about that. I feel like because Flo has had things on the back burner, and I think Lucas Wiseman
is that what you call it, the back burner?
Yeah, and Lucas Wiseman seems to be not as focused on the bowling stuff as he was before. It doesn't seem like we're getting that information. I would love to know if there's any professionals out there that want to reach out to us at sweeptherack@gmail or on social media. You can definitely contact us and let us know what changes are going on and who might be switching staffs. But I haven't really heard much, Nico, so I can't really comment so much on that if I don't have the information. But it will be interesting to see what changes go down, if any changes go down, in terms of the staff contracts and who's where. But all right, Rob, let's wrap it up. Let's give it to the people.
All right, you got it. Wait, Flo's still around? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't seen anything from them in a long time, so we'll see. But no, it's good. That was a good worst of the week, Mike.
Oh, Gid Rash in the chat following up saying there's a few big changes coming. Okay, well, we'll see. I'll be honest. It seems like these changes in ball companies don't often really amount to much. So,
yeah. So it's just
not really sure, but we'll see. All right, Rob, final thoughts. My final thought is just Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to our fans. And the people in the chat, the people that join us all the time, the people that support us, the people that buy the rosin bag. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate the support in any way, shape, or form. Rob, anything?
Yeah, no, just everyone stay healthy out there. Honestly, it's still kind of a crazy time. Just everybody, have a happy, healthy, safe New Year. Enjoy the time with your family, your friends. And let's start 2022 with the bang. Let's do some. Let's make it a great year for everybody. So, other than that, man, I appreciate everybody's support of the channel. If you can, like I said, get word of mouth out to your friends, family, let everybody know. We'd love to see next year be a big year for us as a podcast, and we'll keep bringing good content, real content to the people, and let the people do the talking for us.
Yeah, we're trying anyway. We're trying. Nico bringing up the Team USA trials in the chat. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll cover that when we come back in the new year. That competition will be concluded by the time we get back.
Thanks,
Kevin Tague, can't wait to see what Sweep the Rack brings in 2022. We appreciate it. Bowling with the Fef. Wishing everybody a happy new year. We're going to have some content coming out with Fef soon, too. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. And, listen, guys, thanks for joining us as always. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody's time. Look for that Kyle Troop interview to drop on Friday. Okay? Going to drop on Friday, 9 a.m. Check that out. Let us know what you think. There's several ways to let us know what you think. Get involved in the conversation on social media. I'm at the 215. He's at Brooklyn Rob 11. Hit us up at our website, streettherackbowling.com. Okay. Also, check out our Gmail. Okay. sweeptherack@gmail. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube page so you get those notifications about the videos that we're dropping. Matt Wozni also mentioning that the PBA Regional Players Invitational is in Vegas this weekend. Yeah, that's being live streamed as well by Phil Brilo, I think, isn't it? Am I right about that, Matt? Is that on Facebook, or where can people catch that? Let's let the people know just before we get out of here. I don't know how much.
Yeah, he needs a new. That's another maybe resolution for him, because look how clear and nice I am. Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. But yeah, Matt, not okay. Yeah,
yes,
Matt
sir.
says it's going to be live stream. $2 fill. All right, you guys can check that out. I don't know how. I'll be honest. I don't know how much attention I'll be paying to that this weekend. I kind of have a busy weekend going on. So,
man,
if you guys want to check that out, do so. We will cover the results when we get back. If anybody's bowling New Year's Day, Lodi, New Year's Day, good luck. I'm sure I'll report on that as well. I wish I could go and bowl. I'm going to be away, though. Everybody, have a great New Year's. 2022. We'll keep it going. Rob, have a good one. And we'll talk to everybody in the new year.
Later, everybody.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.